I come from a very humble background, which is the service background. My father was in the army. And the kind of life that we've led is of discipline and of staying within our means. When I went for Miss India, this was Miss India 2000, when the batch was one of the strongest batches ever. It had Lara Dutta, Priyanka, Chopra, Diya, Mirza, Bhavna Sharma. It was a very strong batch. And I had absolutely no grooming or any kind of exposure to the industry at all. However, I did manage to reach the top 5, and that's where my story started. When I reached Miss India and I saw the rest of the girls, it was overwhelming, honestly, because of the kind of background I come from. And coming into a world which was so glamorous and so competitive, I realized that it's a lot to do with your self-belief and how you conduct yourself as a personality while you're there. I did make it for Miss India, and I was the 3rd runners-up that year. After a year or two, when I decided to pursue my dream as an Air Force pilot, I got through. And I got the call letter of this stable career in the Indian Air Force. And that's the time when I realized that I had to choose between my career in the Indian Air Force, which is a very stable one, to that of an unstable and unpredictable career in the fashion industry. And it was such a difficult task for a young girl to make that decision, because the entire family was for the stable career. My journey in the industry has been a constant process of learning, unlearning and relearning every aspect of this industry, and I have grown with it. Having married an army officer, I went through the challenges of constant dislocation. I used to work out of places like Chandigarh, Indore, Jamnagar, Coimbatore, Wellington. I had to select the kind of work that I would want to do. I have a 7-year-old daughter, and it's been a beautiful journey with her, where I have done, as far as I could, justice to her upbringing, and yet not really compromised on my work. I had to balance my family and my work life. I'm glad I did that, and I have no regrets, because I only did good work. The industry has changed its course from being a very close set-up organization with limited access and a set societal definition to a very mature and an open entity. Your visibility now is in your own hands. There's a lot of scouting that happens online. You know, you discover talent through all these social media platforms. So it's become a much more open entity. So I did have the opportunity to judge the Femina Miss India 2020, wherein there were about 180 girls, 5 from each state. What set a girl apart was clarity in her concepts. And this clarity is what Wilderbee looks at giving people who want to come and experience this camp. The whole concept of Wilderbee is an internal focus. You know, it is about believing that hard work, perseverance, and hustle is as important, if not less than talent. It also focuses on discipline and a sense of accountability and ownership towards one's own growth story.